the show that takes you inside the exciting world of entrepreneurship and showcases the incredible journeys of new business owners and budding entrepreneurs. Join us as we explore the challenges they faced, the lessons they learned, and the triumphs they achieved. Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure as we uncover the secrets of success on Starting Out.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Starting Out. I'm Carolina Austin, and we like to bring you exciting interviews about emerging business leaders. I hope that this interview will inspire you as we talk to Coach Caren Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. And now here's Coach Caren. Hi, Coach Caren. Thank you so much for agreeing to have this interview with us. I know that you've been in a number of successful businesses, but what are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about my coaching practice.
Okay. And can you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to start that business?
This specific business is a godsend. I had done so many different things, and one day God was just guiding me about this is where it was bringing me to, because I'd asked the question, because somebody had asked it of me, so why do I like to do so many different things? And he brought it to my attention, and I had a coach at the time, and she said to me, you ever think about coaching? In one of our sessions, and I said, I have, but she said, well, there's no but.
Wow. So you got started through having your own coach. How interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so you found great value in that, having your own coach?
I did find great value, and I continued to, depending on what is needed at a time, because the coaching journey is never one and done. It's just like we're always learning. So at different times, I need different people for different aspects, and coaches help you go further quicker. And so that's the thing that I got out of it. And I've had around about 5 coaches up to this point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for different things. And I find they were always helpful. Now, when I had my first coach, it was $1,000. And I remember thinking, ouch, in my head, because at the time, I had just paid, I think about $5,000 for a program I was in. And to get the coaching add-on, it was $2,000 at the time. This is a long time ago. This is in the 90s. It wasn't 2000 yet. And I wanted to add it. So I paid the $6 whatever so that I can have a coach to help me. And initially, because I didn't understand, I didn't find it very helpful. But as we kept getting coached week after week, I started just seeing the value in him and just all that he brought to the table. Was a gentleman at the time, and then we did in-person group coaching with him, and then you'll do one-on-one privately with him, and looked into your finances, see where you're heading, all the great stuff to do what we wanted to do at the time. So it was good. It was really good. And I realized when you get a good coach, the sky is the limit. If you allow them to guide you, I think that's the key, allowing them to guide you and not worrying about what you know before.
So forget everything you know, yes, and listen to your coach.
Yes.
So tell me this, what were some of your major concerns or hurdles that you had to get over to start this coaching business?
First of all, I did not believe that I could have coached anybody. And the coach at the time, I had her for close to 6 months by then, and I knew she was going to stay on for the whole year. And she were able to deep dive a lot with me and change the way I thought about things. And she was able to see that I've been coaching a long time ago before I actually called myself a coach. Mm-hmm. She's the one that had me sit down and go back to showcasing the people I'd helped, bringing them from A to B, all the strategies I did with them, how I moved them through. And I mean, it was a crazy 60 days of exploring, and she pushed me I tell you, lots of time I didn't want to do some of the things. But she said, in 60 days, we're going to see why you're a good coach, why you'll be a good coach, and how we're going to use your knowledge, just like a tester, so that you can believe what I've been seeing. From the time I spoke to you, I know what I saw, and it was just a matter of you owning it.
Oh, okay. And now, so once you overcame that hurdle, tell me, what lessons did you learn during the course of that journey?
Well, the first part, of course, was me thinking I can do it. And then I sabotage myself a lot. Like, I got a client and I sabotaged the heck out of me. That's the only way to put it. I got a client while I was coaching with her. She promised me I can do it, so I did get a client. First of all, I charged way too little because I didn't have the confidence to charge the amount. And she put me up on that, so I got that rectified. But I would get in there and just everything out on the person. Listen, but
yes,
and that's not the way you coach. You have to do a lot of listening, and you advise, and you clarify, and you come to an agreement. But you don't just go give your whole opinion. That's not how coaching works. You give it when it's necessary. And the young lady got a lot out of it, but my coach let me let go of her because A, she wasn't my ideal client, and B, that's why she gravitated so quickly, because of where she was. And my coach promised me she's not going to do the work, which she ended up truly not doing the work, the little bit of work that I'd given her. So what I learned is to trust myself. To answer that question, I started learning to trust myself and learning that the knowledge that my coach see in me was already there within my heart, body, and spirit. And I think part of me didn't feel that I could have transitioned that into somebody. So one of the exercises were to write out all the things that I have to do as a coach with my client. And so I would have to write out all these things, and we'd go back over. She'll tweak it. Well, I shall offer my have my opinion. We'll sort it out, and I would extend wide, and she'll like bring it in just.
Yes.
So she was good that way.
Yeah, a lot of times we just give everything at once. I don't think people can really take that much in. So yeah, that was a good lesson.
It was a good lesson.
A good lesson. So if you could build your business from scratch again, what would you do different?
I would start sourcing client earlier. I wouldn't wait to such an extended period of time. I let fear step in, there's no doubt. I doubted that anybody would pay me the money that she told me I was worth. It seems like a stretch. She says, Caren, you're so much better in so much areas that I'm not even in. And and I mean, she came recommended through a business program I was in. But she said to me, you know way more than I do. And I feel nowhere charging the price I charge you. And the company first paid so I can get the coaching, and then I paid the rest. I paid whatever she really charges because I wanted more. The program allowed me 3 months, but as I said, we ended up spending a year together, so I paid for the rest because she was that valuable.
Wow. Okay, so now we learned that a coach has very important value, and I think that's important because sometimes if we can't touch things or feel things, if they're not tactile, we don't always appreciate how much they are helping us.
Exactly. I know it's because I had a few before her too. And that's the thing about coaching. People say, well, I don't see what results I get. I'm like, did you do what the coach asks you to do? That's the biggest thing. Did you do what the coach asks you to do? It's as simple as, I might say to somebody that doesn't like to do laundry, if you don't want to do it, hire somebody. If not, you need to get the laundry cleared up and things packed away. What I'm really helping them do is sort through what's going on upstairs. And that's what's causing the laundry to pile up. That's why they're not doing the laundry. There's more than just the laundry that's going on. And so I sit and say to them, you see the pile of laundry that you have? That's the same thing that's happening with your business or your life. You are not getting business. You're not making money in your business. You're piling up information, but you're doing nothing with it. And the laundry is an outward performance of that stuff. And so if you don't take care of the laundry, it might step into not unpacking groceries or having stale food in the fridge for long periods. It's just so many different things that happens in the mind. And sometimes that's where we're going with that, because everything that you're keeping bottled up inside that you're not dealing with comes out physically in different forms. Frustration, snapping at people, not finishing a project, don't want to get started in a project. We call it procrastination, but it's the fear-based that I mightn't do it well. I might fail, so I don't want to start doing it, or I don't know what to do.
Wow. So let me ask you this. What excites you the most about your business?
I'm excited when I see my client win. And I'm more excited when I see my client and their client win, because I feel like a mom who her daughter or son has left the nest doing well, and then their children are doing well. So that's my grandchildren. That's the grand client, right? And they're doing well. And now they get back to me. They said, oh my God, my client is flying doing this. My client is doing that. I'm so excited, because they themselves is feeling confident in their self. That's why they can pass it on to their clients. They're understanding the value that coaching with me brought them. They're seeing value in it. There's so many. The reason people work in their business, for instance, versus on top of their business, it's because working in your business allow you to do, and human beings, when we're doing something, we feel we're doing good. No matter how bad it is, we're doing good. When we have to work in our business, it brings us back sometime to the 9-year-old or 7-year-old who were taught to do something, and the mom, they didn't do it, and the mom got upset. So in their heads, they're still living there. They don't know that they're living there. So they're fighting this stuff that's happening. If I sit around, my mom said I wasted a lot of time. So really working in your business feels like a waste of time, because you're gathering information and you're figuring out what's going to happen, what colors you're going to use, what tone you want, maybe what fonts you're looking at. And it really feels like a waste of time. But somebody who's building your website or something is going to take that same time talking to you about it. But once you have the other person, you don't think you're wasting time anymore. But on your own, whatever happened way back then, you live there at different parts in time. One of the things I do with clients is have them really look at this is not a psychiatrist thing, but it is looking back to understand the pieces that brought you here and the ones that pull you back there.
Wow. So let me ask you this. What is the biggest risk you took in starting your business?
Ooh,
I know. I know, Coach.
Yeah. Starting a coaching practice, I had to put a lot of things aside to start the practice. Like I had to let the business, I had to delegate, and I had to loosen the reins on another business that was doing well and fantastic. I had to put people in position that somehow I didn't think they were ready for, but putting them in there highlighted that they were ready for it. I was the one standing in the way. So delegation, I'm a good delegator, I thought, but starting my practice showcased to me that I really wasn't as great as I thought I was. So I have my cleaning company, and I had to put one of my top ladies in charge of giving estimates, collecting money, and checking on others. And that was the first time I'd let go of that specific rein. Like if I was around, you can call me, it was great, but I have to say, for the next 90 days, everything is in your hand. You're gonna make the choice. Here's the parameters. Here's where we stand. Here's what you gotta do. You can't call me unless it's past $1,000. If it's within $1,000, whether we win or lose, we're not gonna argue about it. I had to trust that she was able to do that so I can focus on the things I need to focus on.
Wow.
That was big.
So your biggest risk you took was putting the other business in the hands of one of your supervisors.
Yeah.
Wow. And my mind is trying to wrap around. I can see where that would feel really and truly, because she could have taken the business, she could have run with it. I think those were some of the big guns in my head. I knew she wouldn't have, but there's still those guns in my head. And I had a business, I'm in a lot of businesses, but I'd had this business where I'd left somebody in charge before,
and they just run it to the ground while I was starting up something else, import export at the time. And so those things, that's why I said it goes back. That came back right in front of my face, maybe you should just stick to the one thing.
Yeah.
But I'm a multi-passionate human being, so that's not going to happen. And I'm very proud of it. It took me a while to be able to say these words. I'm a multi-passionate business owner. I'm a multi-passionate entrepreneur. And it took me a long time because I've allowed people to make me feel guilty that I'm doing too many things. But once I do them in structured and systematically, I'm fine. But I had to be able to admit that I can do that, to be able to do it.
Okay, well, I want to wrap this interview up with this particular question. What do you know now that you wish you had known when you started out?
I don't want to minimize my learning, but what I would say, I wouldn't want to minimize that. It was good learning, but I could have shortened the curve, and that's why I'm so always rooting for a coach and the things they can do, because one of my first real money makers, I do all kind of little things, but first money makers was having a business where I sell you guys have potato chips, but it was planning chips. And had I had somebody to guide me, it would have done better. It did well. Don't get me wrong.
Welcome to
but with so much trial and error, I didn't know that I need to buy wholesale, so I bought retail, which the profit wasn't as great. I didn't know that, and I didn't know that I could negotiate pricing when I give something. I thought was, it had to be at this number for them to buy from you. And so I taught myself those sort of things. It don't have to be 50-50. It could be 60-40. It could be 80-20. And so it was a good lesson. But I wouldn't have made all those mistakes. I think the other biggest thing, sorry, I'm going over my time probably.
Oh,
but one of the other big things were, if you have family members or friends that can help you, but they don't want to, don't force them. That's a biggie. Hire strangers, hire outsiders. When you start a business, you keep thinking that if you hire a family member and you can't afford to pay them as much, they'll be okay with it. They're not. They might not tell you. So if you hire a stranger, the stranger will say to you, hey, I can't work for $9 an hour. Right away. Family member might say yes, but mess up the whole production line if that's what's happening. Or they might show up for work. So a coach would have been able to guide me in that regard. Mind you, I had some good family members who helped me, but the main ones that I needed did not show up. And I was so disappointed, which means it took me a while to recover that a Pacific individual wouldn't help me. When I could see how if they helped me, I would be helping them at the same time, because I could see their suffering, but they couldn't see it. And so that's what I'll say. If I had somebody guiding me, I would know right away, once I had big orders that I needed to hire outside my family dynamic, and I wouldn't wait till later. Because once I brought in strangers, that also made the families work real hard, because the strangers come in with
Welcome to Starting Out, the show that takes you inside the exciting world of entrepreneurship
they come in
and showcases the incredible journeys of new business owners and
exactly. I'm just looking for instruction and direction.
And then once they see that they're being paid on time
and the triumphs they achieve,
that just inspired them.
Get ready to embark on a thrilling adventure.
And they had a good boss who treated them fairly. Happy. It did make the family members buckle up too, but yeah. So.
Wow.
That's what I'll do. I would do differently. Now that I know that I could hire people, I would have hired people.
I love it. Coach, we just are so grateful and thankful that you stopped by today to inspire us and let us know that when we're starting out, there are some things we need to look for. A coach. And the other thing we learned was to hire outside the family.
Yeah, but coaching is part of the expense. If you think you have to come out of your pocket, it's professional development, and you're thinking that you don't have it, that's where the problem comes. So if your business is $500 to start, and that's all you have, you start. But as soon as you can, you hire a coach. I promise you, what would take you a year, you'll do it in 6 months.
Wow. Did you hear that, guys? You can avoid a lot of potholes if you hire a coach.
I like it.
You can learn from their mistakes. Coach Caren, we just thank you. And for those of you who are looking for Coach Caren, you can find her on her Instagram at Coach Caren Fern. She also is on there under Profits in Daily on Facebook. And be sure to book an appointment because you're going to save yourself from stepping in a lot of potholes.
Mhm.
So, Coach Caren, we want to thank you for your time. And we want to encourage all of you who are starting out, get started as soon as possible.
Yes.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Struggling to find the right business coach for your startup? It's a dilemma many face, and it's no secret that the quest can be daunting. And why wouldn't it be? After all, the right coach can catapult your business to new heights. But the wrong one? They can do more harm than good. Identifying the right fit is a challenge, a puzzle that startups often grapple with. In the next few minutes, you will understand how to navigate this selection process, step by step. To begin with, you need to understand your needs. Think of this as a journey of self-discovery. It's about peeling back the layers to uncover the core of what you truly want from a business coach. Start by defining your goals. What do you want to achieve? This could be anything from expanding your business, improving leadership skills, or simply becoming more efficient. Next, identify your weaknesses. This isn't about self-deprecation, but rather self-improvement. Maybe you struggle with time management, or perhaps your negotiation skills could use a boost. Whatever it may be, acknowledging these areas will help you find a coach who can guide you towards improvement. Lastly, understand what you expect from a coach. Are you looking for a mentor, a guide, a cheerleader, or a taskmaster? Each coach has a unique style, so knowing what you want will help you find the right fit. Once you've outlined your needs, you can start looking for a coach who can meet them. Now, it's time to research potential coaches. When you start your search, consider a coach's credentials. These could include certifications from reputable coaching institutions, degrees in related fields, or professional experience in your industry. Next, check their track records. A coach with a history of helping businesses thrive is a good sign. Look for specific case studies or success stories they've shared. If they've helped businesses similar to yours, that's even better. Don't forget to read reviews from their previous clients. These can provide valuable insight into a coach's style and effectiveness. Keep in mind, though, that not all reviews are created equal. A single negative review shouldn't necessarily disqualify a coach, but a pattern of dissatisfaction should raise red flags. Lastly, consider their area of expertise. If you're looking to improve your marketing strategy, for example, you'd benefit from a coach with a background in that area. After researching, you should have a short list of potential coaches who meet your needs. The next step is to interview your potential coaches. This is your chance to get to know them better and understand their approach. Start by asking about their coaching style. Is it directive, where they provide specific advice and tasks? Or is it more of a facilitative style, where they guide you to find your own solutions? Next, inquire about their experience with businesses similar to yours. Have they worked with startups in your industry? What kind of results have they achieved? Their answers will give you a sense of their understanding and expertise in your field. Finally, discuss your specific needs. What challenges are you facing? What are your goals? How would they address these? Their responses will reveal their approach and whether it aligns with your expectations. Remember, the goal is not to find a coach who simply tells you what to do, but one who empowers you to make your own decisions. After the interviews, you should have a better understanding of which coach can best help you reach your goals. Finally, it's time to make your decision. This is the culmination of all the groundwork you've laid. Everything you've learned about your business needs and the potential coaches who can meet those needs now comes into play. Start by comparing your options. Look at each coach's strengths, their expertise, and how well they align with your specific needs. Are they experienced in your industry? Do they understand your goals and vision? Are they offering a fresh perspective that can push your business forward? Next, consider your budget. Quality coaching is an investment, so be realistic about what you can afford. But remember, the value a coach brings to your business goes beyond the price tag. They can provide insights, strategies, and guidance that can accelerate your business growth and give you a competitive edge. Lastly, trust your instincts. You're not just hiring a coach, you're choosing a partner, a mentor, someone who will be heavily involved in your business journey. If something doesn't feel right, listen to that voice. Your gut feeling can often be a reliable guide. This process may take time, but it's worth the effort. The right coach can bring transformative changes to your business. They can challenge you, inspire you, and help you navigate the complex world of business. Remember, the right business coach can be a game changer for your startup. So take your time, do your research, and make a decision that will help you achieve your business goals.
Have you ever considered writing a book but didn't know where to start? We're talking to Dr. Lawana Parker, an author who has been in your shoes. Dr. Parker's journey is one of tenacity and determination. She began as an aspiring writer, grappling with the challenges and hurdles that often accompany the creative process. She faced these obstacles head-on, transforming them into stepping stones on her path to success. But it wasn't a walk in the park. Dr. Parker battled depression, a common yet unspoken adversary of many. It was during this challenging period that she discovered the therapeutic power of journaling. Writing became her solace, her safe space. And it was this transformative experience with journaling that not only pulled her out of her darkest times, but also laid the groundwork for her first book, Courage to Live My Dream. Cue a story of determination, of a journey that spiraled from a single book into a whirlwind of public speaking and mentorship. Dr. Parker's publishing journey was not a walk in the park. It was a trek uphill, facing the biting winds of doubt, the rocky terrain of disbelief. Yet, she stood firm. Undeterred, she faced the challenges of being taken seriously as an author, of convincing the world that her voice mattered. Through it all, she found strength in her resilience, and her book became more than just a collection of pages. It was a beacon, a guiding light for others navigating through their own life's challenges. Dr. Parker's story is not just about becoming an author, it's about changing lives, one book, one word at a time. Your journey is a testament to the power of perseverance and self-belief. Being an author is not just about writing, but about impacting lives. As we delve into Dr. Parker's story, we discover the importance of mentorship. She paints a vibrant picture of Dr. Patricia Rogers, a beacon of inspiration and guidance. Dr. Rogers was not just a mentor, but a guiding light who illuminated the path of authorship for her. Dr. Parker shares how Dr. Rogers was instrumental in her journey. She encouraged Dr. Parker to embrace her unique voice, to harness the power of her personal experiences, and most importantly, to believe in her potential. Through these lessons, Dr. Parker was able to navigate the world of writing and publishing with confidence. But perhaps the most crucial takeaway is that mentorship is not just about learning the ropes. It's about gaining wisdom, building resilience, and fostering a sense of self-belief. Thank you, Dr. Parker, for sharing your journey and insights with us. Your story is not only inspiring, but also a guide for all aspiring authors out there.